Dan.
Didi.
Oh boy. How's every how,
Maybe I should ask you how's everything. That was a sigh,
whew,
my friend.
you know, it's holiday weekends are fun.
hmm
And I have the question, what is your favorite holiday weekend?
Ooh,
Because we
great
got lots of holiday
question.
weekends. We got like the ones with the long weekends. You got
Yeah.
Memorial Day, you got Labor Day, um, Fourth of July, depending on where it falls, we'll count Fourth of July because you get something long,
Yep.
whether you get an extra Wednesday off or whatever it is. Like Fourth of July is usually a long thing or whatever. So we'll add Fourth of July in that too. I'm not gonna add Thanksgiving and Christmas because those are like weeks of
Okay.
of time off.
Okay,
But
that's
I'm
fair.
talking about just those long weekends. Like, I don't know if you grew up, you had, Columbus Day or Indigenous Peoples Day off, stuff like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
those days with that Monday off. What's your favorite holiday weekend?
Dude, fantastic question. I'm glad you're taking out Thanksgiving and Christmas because I was leaning Thanksgiving just because that's almost extra long. Like you said, sometimes it's a
Yeah,
week
yeah.
at a time. And it kicks off the holiday season, which I'm massively a huge fan of. However, taking that out of consideration, it's the one we're sitting in right now, and people listening just coming off of Memorial Day weekend. Love Memorial Day weekend because traditionally we're coming off a time where there's not a lot of like days off leading up to Memorial Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you get some time off for Easter, and not most people don't get an extra day off for Easter. So you're going back into February. Like President's Day is the last time a lot of people had like a bonus day off where they don't have to take any days off. And most importantly, it's the unofficial official start of summer. So you're outside, you're having a good time, you're usually drinking at the grill, whatever it is. It's just the weather's usually perfect, not too hot. It's Memorial Day for me, man. It's Memorial Day.
I land the exact same because
Okay.
Memorial Day, I don't know why summer starts on, I'm sure, whatever, scientists, smarter people than me,
Yeah.
fine. Summer starts, what is it, the 21st?
Of
No,
June,
it
yeah.
doesn't. Like, if you tell me that summer starts in on June 21st, you are a fool. Like, I just don't, I'm sorry. Like, that's not when summer starts. Summer starts Memorial Day. When the
Yep.
pools open, it's Memorial Day, regardless where you're at. And I don't even know if it matters what the weather is. Like most people, if you have a pool, whether you're on the East Coast or wherever, you're opening that thing. Like people are opening up their pools in Alaska Memorial Day weekend. Like it doesn't matter. Yeah, and that's why this weekend, it's just, I don't know, it gives so much hope. This was kind of a gloomy weekend in LA, but but still, it's Memorial Day weekend. You just feel like, it's that time.
It
It's summer.
is. It's summer. Summer's kicking off. We're going to be talking a little summer today. I'm excited about that,
Oh yeah.
and we finally got some summer weather on the East Coast too. We've been through a roller coaster of emotions when it comes to the weather. So excited to finally make it.
Beautiful. Well, it's the brunch breakdown. Didi out here in Los Angeles. Dan is in Pittsburgh, and Chris is on a boat somewhere. He's on a boat,
Speaking of summer.
you know. Yeah, exactly. Memorial Day weekend, he's on a boat, and this is a good excuse for him not to be on the brunch breakdown this week because he's, doing his thing on a boat. So shouts to Chris. We'll talk to Chris next week. But today on the show, we're going to be talking a lot of topics we're going to fit in today. Airplane ice. And is it sanitary? Is it not? I never thought about this before, but now after hearing what we have to say about it, I don't think you'll ever think about airplane drinks the same again. Festival etiquette. Dan went to a festival this weekend. We are obviously festival goers. I can't wait to hear about this. And we're going to talk songs that feel like summer. You hear it and automatically those songs just feel like summer. We got Brunch Court, we got music, we got a lot. Dan, tell them where they can find the brunch breakdown.
Yeah, man, we're jam packed today. And for that reason, you can find the brunch breakdown anywhere, people. We got a big menu to get to. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can find the brunch breakdown. Just hit follow or subscribe. Let those new episodes come to you each and every Wednesday. Okay. Make it easy. Let them come to you. Download on the go. Full video episodes, especially important when we have a brunch court, whatever it may be, a visual. Find the full video episodes on YouTube, on Facebook, premiering noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific every Wednesday as well. Watch them on demand anytime you want to watch after that. We're everywhere on social media, of course, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Triller, TikTok, at Brunch Breakdown. Find us there, at Brunch Breakdown. It's that simple. Follow us, we follow you back. And we're giving you the sounds of brunch each and every week, right? Our playlist of what we're listening to gets updated on Spotify every Friday. So you're going to be set for the weekend and the week ahead. We give you what we were listening to last week and what we hear when we tell you on the show this week as well. So you don't miss anything. Find that on Spotify, exclusively on Spotify every Friday.
Beautiful. Well, Dan, where you can find the Brunch Breakdown on social media is my Get It Off Your Chest segment this week, because I have to say something that I haven't said that I've been meaning to say, but I was trying to wait for all three of us to be here. But you know, it is what it is. Yeah. Who knows?
That'll never happen. So,
but anyways, yeah. All right. So, anyways, so get it off our chest. Random topics that we have in our heads. I would like to get this off my chest. Dan, and you do a great job on the clips every single week. And some weeks, all the clips go up. Some weeks, they don't. Here's the reason why recently. Okay, so we talk about different brands and stuff, right? And as you know, there are a lot of brands that I work with right now. So I did a shoot with Cup Noodles. And that is now done and I've been paid for, so I can talk about this now. But like, I legitimately couldn't post that clip until like 2 weeks or however many weeks later, even though I loved it so much, because I was like, everyone, they're looking at my social media. So this happens from time to time. And I'm just like, I don't know if I can post this. I don't think I can post this. I'll wait. But yeah, we said something about like amusement parks one week, and I've got this thing that still I'm not sure if I'm doing yet for an amusement park. So we'll see. But yeah, but I just want to let you know, Dan, you do an amazing job on the clips every week. It's not that I don't love them all. It's because sometimes I have to remember that. My work depends on some things sometimes, and it's funny because it's not like we're out here saying the most outrageous things or making these terrible things, obscene things. No, it's literally because I did a shoot with Cup Noodles and I don't want them to hate me for it. So yeah, so there you go. Had to get that off my chest. Dan, doing a great job. Keep doing a great job.
Well, thank you for that. And thank you for the explanation, because every once in a while it'll happen and a week will go by and I'll just be like, I feel bad. I'm like, you guys got to be so busy. I'm like, Didi, if you need any help, let us know. We can put those clips up for you. Meanwhile, you're going through, what do I have on down the line or ready for this brand that I got to be careful of posting. So that makes a ton of sense. And it really kind of changes the outlook on Brunch Court moving forward, as it's been for you this whole time. There's a pretty major brand that we're talking about in Brunch Court today. I hope you've got nothing on the table for them.
We're not holding back. I'm still not holding back. No. Not holding back. Just
the clips.
If someone wants to listen to an hour of my podcast and they find me saying something about your brand, listen, I don't deserve to work for you. But now, if you click on a 15-second snippet from my Instagram story, that's my fault.
Yeah. So. Oh, that's incredible. That's absolutely incredible.
I had to get that off my chest. Dan, what is on your mind today, sir?
A lot.
Okay, let's go.
Been a busy week, Didi. Traveled to Louisville, Kentucky for a very good friend of my wife. Got married this past weekend. And so it's been the first time I've been on a plane since probably late last year. And I think the last time I was on a plane a few months ago, I had a chess segment where I went off on how we board airplanes, right? We had a great discussion of this. We came up with solutions like board the back of the plane first, or, board the window and middle seats first. They each had their kind of own flaws, right? Because you kind of try to reward the people that gets on first, like they get the space in the overhead bin, right? Because sometimes that can be a little short. So that's kind of why. So it was hard. We came up with some good solutions. But after another weekend of traveling on 4 planes, I've made another determination of how we need to move forward and how we need to board planes, DD. We should be boarding people on planes based on experience level. Okay, let me explain this a little bit. All right. The amount of people who are so unaware of what to do when boarding a plane, like how to put the bag overhead, what direction it should face. The fact that if you have a small carry-on bag or a backpack or a purse, that goes under the seat in front of you and not overhead. And they make that announcement constantly, again, because overhead space is limited. So get your small bags and put them under the seat in front of you. People fastening their seatbelts if they're like in the middle row before the entire plane is boarding. So you've got empty seats next to you. So when you get up, you have to undo the strap. Like, and this one was particularly one that we dealt with. If you're sitting in an emergency exit row and the flight attendant has to come over and ask you if you're willing to perform the duties in the event of an emergency, please give me a verbal yes. And all you do is nod your head. That's not verbal. That's not a verbal yes. Flight attendant literally goes, I can't hear you. And this kid had to say yes. We need to be boarding based on experience level. That's how it has to be. Okay. I think you should be able to sort of like maybe take a test, like a driver's test, or like be observed. You know how sometimes, like right now, you can, like Progressive Insurance, you clip a little thing into your car and it records how fast you drive and how you obey things on the road, and it kind of can reduce or probably increase your insurance. Maybe it's something like that, right? Based on how fast you move down the aisle, how fast you can get your bags in the overhead compartment, how fast you can get in your seat, or how fast you can get up to let somebody in the row, right? If you're in the middle or you're in the aisle, you got to get up and let the person in the window seat in. How fast you can do that. Let those people on first, rather than mixing in a bunch of the dumbasses throughout the whole, and it just clogs the whole thing up. It creates chaos. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why they let families with small children board the plane first. So since some people have the brain capacity of a child, and like I'm sitting on a plane going, there is no way 80% of these people, this is their first flight. It's not possible, right? It's not possible. You don't need to be a frequent traveler. It's basic things, man. It's basic things. Don't you want to go? Like, let's go. I want to get in the air and on time. But because you take so long, it's not going to happen. This is the best way to board planes. I've determined this is it. It rewards the people that know what they're doing. Get in, get settled, get your overhead bin space, and so we can leave on time, and then they can deal with all the slower people as it moves along. That's all I've come to, DD. It's come to this point. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. I can't take it.
Dude, this is one thing about the brunch breakdown. We don't just present problems, we give solutions. And to that point, so this was great, Dan. How do we implement this? Does this go like I have to get my TSA pre-check by December? I have to get it renewed.
Yeah.
So when you do the TSA pre-check, should you take a experience test?
I think that's exactly
and there's some little like marker to tell your experience level when you do the TSA pre-check. So people look at your ticket and they're like, I don't think you're going to board with these people. Their experience. Like these are business travelers. These guys, they're here every day. No. Sometimes they take 2 flights one day. They're here all the time.
Yeah.
That we need you to be in the third group here. Or maybe it's the first group, however you're going to do it. Because sometimes I wish like the dumb travelers would just go in first. Honestly, I wish they would always go in first.
Yeah.
So it's like first or last, just to get all that stuff out of the way. But there's got to be a way you can do this. And I feel like it's simple. Like when you're doing the TSA, you're doing your clear check or whatever, one of those things, like I think you should have to, and I honestly think you should be retested, just like with driver's license. Like you said, I think you should be retested every 5 years just to see. You still with it? Because I don't know what it is. Like, is there a certain age that I'm going to get to where I stand up when the flight ends? Like,
right.
Because you look around, it's not people in their 30s, it's not people in their 20s, it's people in their 60s. Everybody stands up. And I'm like, guys,
every old white
off this thing.
Every old white man in the aisle seat is up. Like, sit down, man. We're in the 22nd row. It's going to take a while. You're not getting off before anybody.
Also, if you're flying into a big airport, LAX, Atlanta, we're not getting off the plane. We're going to be taxiing for a minute, guys. We're going to be waiting for the gate for a little bit. And you guys are just up here standing. Like, what are you doing? God damn.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good. I like this.
I think, and you've got the testing strategy and solution right there. That's how you do it. That's how you take care of this problem. And we're going to get planes on time more often, more planes in the air. Like, we can do this. Yes. We can do this. Pete, I know you're out there, the director of transportation. Come on, Pete. Give us a listen.
Right. We got to get Mayor Pete on the Brunch Breakdown. Tell him all of our thoughts on travel.
Hey, he does a lot of interviews, man. He does. He's everywhere.
Does.
Why not? We're here to help, right? We're here to help.
Yep. We're making this happen. Mayor Pete, come to the Brunch Breakdown soon.
Invitation. Definitely. Formal invitation.
Yes. Absolutely. Well, let's get into Brews Day. And Dan, I got coffee. I went to see Shania Twain last night. And
okay.
Went to see Shania Twain last night. Weirdest concert experience that I've had in a while. Because Shania Twain's 60 years old. So the audience there ranged from like, early, like late 20s, 30s, and then just skyrocketed up to 60s, 70s. So we sat down basically the whole show until the encore. And that's because the couple behind us were like, oh, we're leaving. And that was before. It was before the encore. So, yeah. So interesting concert experience. Great show though. But yeah, so that was a little Brews Day because my coffee, whatever, it's Dunkin'. It's not anything to talk about. So I decided to talk about Shania Twain instead. Okay. But then Mayhem is sick and was up like 20 times last night. So yeah, That's what I get for drinking a little bit too much and then having to deal with the child. So, but she's alive. So there you go.
Well, you're a trooper. Appreciate you being here today and running on caffeine, whatever you got to do.
Brew is here, baby.
A brew is a brew. Yes. A brew is a brew. So thank you for that. We mentioned coming off of Memorial Day weekend, right? Great unofficial start of summer. And I grabbed something today that really kind of could be the drink that I have all summer, if I had access to it, but I don't. And I've talked about this brewery twice on this podcast now, once last year, once a few months ago. Zoll Beer Company, and that's XUL, out of Knoxville, Tennessee, recently swung through there. And they have a seltzer, Didi. And you know me, I'm not seltzer guy. However, a craft seltzer is a good seltzer. And those are the ones that are not clear. No. I don't want to see through my seltzer because I know there's nothing there for me. I can't see through this thing. And I am super excited about it. They call it a Zeltzer based on their name, Zool with the X. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a pina colada seltzer. And it is unbelievable. It is unbelievable. I want to drink this all summer long. It tastes exactly like a pina colada. The coconut, the pineapple. It is just, it's all there. There's no way you can believe this is a seltzer, but it is. We're still only looking at a 5.5 ABV, right? Yeah, and it's just, there's way more going on here. Way more going on here than your Trulies and people. I'm not against all that, your White Claws and anything like that. But for me, this is the way to go. And I I want this all summer. I would crush these. This flavor is amazing. It screams summer, and it is perfect kicking off summer Memorial Day weekend. It's all about this right here, dude. This is probably my favorite or second favorite brewery in the entire country. It's just so far away, but it's always worth the trip. Always.
Wow. And that's a great can too.
Great can. Yeah.
Helps there.
It's amazing. Their whole aesthetic is amazing.
That's cool.
I love this place. I love this place. And I actually do love this seltzer, a rarity coming from him, boy.
I am jealous. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is.
Well, that's Brews Day. Cheers, Dan.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
And speaking of drinks, let's get into our first topic, Dan. Well, when you get on the airplane, sometimes you want to drink of some variety, whether that's a Sprite or maybe you want an alcoholic drink. But have you ever thought that your ice was, I don't know, disgusting or unsanitary? Well, there's a study that shows that ice on airplanes may not be the safest. Have you ever thought about this before I sent it to you? Because I was like, what?
In a way I have, not necessarily ice, but in a related way, the water. And I think it was my brother-in-law told me, like, don't order coffee or tea on an airplane because of the water source and where the tank the water is sitting in. That's the water they're using to brew coffee and tea. When you order a regular water, nowadays, not back in the day, nowadays, you see them opening like the liter of water and pouring it in. Mm-hmm. You're safe there. But I was always been very cautious about coffee or tea because they're not using that bottled water. They're using plain water, PLANE water. And this topic goes right into, oh yeah, the ice is probably coming from the same place.
Oh yeah. This is according to Katie Heel. She's a seller and server of learning experience design manager at Certus. And when it comes to airplanes, water and ice supply, there are two main sources of contamination: those that handle the water and ice, and the surfaces that the refreshments come into contact with. And I got to tell you, and now you just screwed me up too, because I always get coffee on airplanes. Always. Every time I get coffee on airplanes. Every single time. That is what I get. It's either coffee or water. So water, happy to know that I'm safe. Thanks, Dan and your brother-in-law. But coffee, it's like I always get coffee.
Yeah. It's dangerous because of the tank, and I guess they implemented a law, and there was a study done in 2004. Maybe the law was 2015, I think, where it like raised the level of cleanliness that those tanks have to be, and it's like, boy, that took a long time. Like, are you kidding me? That's not that long ago. That's terrifying. No. I will say this probably varies from airline to airline, because I flew 2 airlines over the weekend, and I want to say it was Delta. And it's ironic you sent me this, because I felt a sense of comfort after having 4 plane rides and a couple of waters with ice.
Wait, 4?
Dude, I can't get direct anywhere. You know how close Louisville is? And we had to fly through Charlotte on the way there and Atlanta on the way home.
Oh.
Yeah. Like 2 1-hour plane rides.
They have 5 hours to get there? How long does it take to get to Louisville? It's not that long.
No, not long. Not long. And we considered driving, but we did the Tennessee drive a month and a half ago. And of course, we're going to a wedding. Shannon was in the wedding. If there was an issue with the car, we're screwed big time. An issue with the plane, we can probably work around it. We can probably get there either way. So we decided to fly, but having to go out of the way. Yeah. So 4 planes. When we were entering the Delta flight, literally entering the plane, I saw my man, the flight attendant, like he was getting ready to go to a tailgate, a bag of ice, breaking it up, hitting it on the floor, loosening things up. And I'm like, that's fresh ice. That's good. Somewhere else is ice, not made on this plane, not with the plane's water. So at least I know Delta's not doing that. But that is certainly not to say every plane is the same. And of course, third-party ice is no guarantee either. But I'll take third-party ice over airplane ice. But it's going to make me think twice moving forward about anything I order with ice. I'll be like, hold the ice, please. I don't need it.
And for those who like an alcoholic drink on the plane, or for those who think they're a little bit smarter than other people, the expert in this article says that if you think your vodka soda will kill off the bacteria on the ice, think again. It will not. So I guess this just means, we're just going to be drinking. If we drink it on a plane, it's just going to be warm, I guess. Or however as cold as the Coke is, or as cold as whatever your mixer is.
Yeah.
What you got?
Yeah, there's not a lot of safe options then on a plane. If you're not asking for ice, yeah, you're cracking a beer maybe is what you're doing. But yeah, it really makes you think 2-3 times over about, what am I ordering? Because people get sick after traveling in a variety of different ways, right? And often it's just because you're around a lot of people, touching a lot of surfaces, all that crap, which I could do an entire episode on. But you don't think that maybe it was the ice in the plane. It's probably not first, second, or third on your list of how you might have gotten sick traveling.
Oh, God. Well, yeah. Beware of the ice on the plane.
Yeah. Good.
That's what we got.
Good advice. You see, we're doing good here, people. We're helping you with your travels. It's summer, right? A lot of summer vacations coming up. Board the plane with experience and don't order ice already.
Ooh, dude. So many solutions to everyone's problems when it comes to traveling. Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into this, Dan. You went to a festival this weekend.
I did.
Let's talk festival etiquette. Why was this on your mind? I'm always down for this.
Yeah. So, we went to a music. Yeah, I literally just told you we went to a wedding this past weekend, but we also went to a music festival because that's what we freaking do.
That's right.
And it was a music festival held in Pittsburgh, and it's by a group that puts on these. They've been putting on these music festivals in regional cities like Cleveland and Columbus, Indianapolis, and now they're kind of expanding it more into Pittsburgh. It was out in a big park area, kind of north of the city of Pittsburgh, where they had 3 stages. So it was a rather large festival for the area, I suppose, right? And the amount of people that brought blankets, and you know this, Dee Dee, even from Coachella, it's not as bad there, but people that put a large blanket down and essentially camp out all day, we have to do something about this, right? Because you can't expect people to not stand in front of you or around you or accidentally step on you or your blanket because you're setting up shop there and you think this is my private space that we've paid for. You have not done that. That is not the case. People are there to stand because it's a festival. Listen, if you want to sit, or if you're there for the main act and you want to grab some space, I think we need to find solutions to these problems. And my solution to this problem is if you bring a blanket or you bring a chair and you plan to sit most of or the entire festival, you have a section in the back. You want blanket seating's in the back because the other people want to stand. So let them stand and be away from you. I can't imagine blanket sitters enjoy people blocking their view, right? I don't care. You chose to sit there. I'm here to stand. So you obviously don't care how close you get if you're going to sit the whole time. So blankets and chairs, your own section in the back. You can relax. You can lay down. You don't have to worry about anybody around you, standing in front of you. You can camp out there all day. Didi, I think this is another solution to a problem. We've walked through the Coachella grounds, especially at night when it's a little harder to see. And the maze that you have to go around to not just people sitting, but these blanket people, it's too much, man. It's too much. We can't intermingle. It's creating chaos, and nobody's winning in these situations. Your thoughts?
I am so behind this. Like, if I wish a presidential candidate would put this, I'll vote for you. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, I don't care who you are. If you can implement this at music festivals across the nation, I'm voting for you. You got my vote, because it's the most annoying thing in the world, especially at night. Like you said, especially at night. All the people who just sit there and you're like you're kneeing people in the head, you're stepping on people's stuff. They're getting mad at you as if you did something wrong. It's like, no, I'm trying to fill in this space that magically, whenever you're at music festivals, it's the most annoying thing about music festivals, honestly. The most annoying thing about them is that once the act starts, everyone gets up and there's all this room magically.
Yes.
When you're trying to get to spot before the act starts, because, hey, I don't want to be moving whenever my favorite artist starts singing. Crazy thought. Friggin', there's all this space for everybody to move. So if everybody was just in the spot, we would save this. So all the blanket sitters, all the people who want to sit back, people want to rent their chairs or bring their chairs, all sit in the blanket section. Genius. Hashtag blanket sitters. I'm all down for this. Just get to the back, hang out.
And like, you know what? Like, treat it like a reverse VIP. Like, you can make this tickets cheaper for them. I mean, they got to stay there. That's the kind of thing, is like, when you're in that section, because those people tend to do that. They stay, they sit, they stay, they don't get up. So if you want to sell them a cheaper ticket because they're going to be in the back, acknowledging and knowing that they're going to be in the back, fine, let it happen. But if you want to stand, let the people stand close to the stage. Blanket sitters, chair people, we need another section in the back for all of you, because you'll all be happier. You won't have to worry about blocking the stage. You're going to get the same sound anyways. You'll probably be able to see the screen better back there anyways. Like, again, solutions to problems, right? It's got to happen.
Dude, give them their own big screen back there. I want this to be nice.
Yeah.
Give them their own dedicated big ass screen right there. It's like they're in a movie theater, but they're at the festival. You're still there. That's your section. Do that. And I'm like, man, this is good.
I love
We're solving everyone's summer problems. Lollapalooza,
really
you're welcome. Outside lands, Austin city limits, you're welcome.
Yeah.
You are welcome, guys.
You want to know what else is genius about this festival that I went to?
Okay.
And I don't necessarily foresee this happening everywhere.
All right.
In and out privileges. You were allowed to go in and out of the festival as many times as you wanted. And the parking lot, people were able to tailgate in the parking lot. So, like, shrink Coachella a lot. In and out privileges at festivals, at concerts. People, it's got to happen when you're there for 7, 8, 9 hours a day. Hey, I don't care as much about this act. Let's go to the parking lot, which, by the way, where you can still hear everything because it's literally on the other side of the fence. It's not a mile away. It was amazing. It was amazing to be able to experience that. Because when we go to Coachella, we don't go in and out. We're not on the campsite, right? If you're on the campsite, you can do that. But in and out privileges at festivals, people, I love this. And I love being able to just tailgate at the start, go in, go back out, tailgate a little bit more, in and out. It's game changer. It's a game changer. And it made the experience even more worth it. I'll tell you.
I love that, man. But yeah, that, oh God, festival etiquette. Just, dude, we went to Coachella and just me and Pete this year. The year before that, we had like 10 people or whatever, 8 people. I don't know. A lot of people. And it's so funny when I've told people, they're like, oh, how was Coachella this year? You just had a smaller group. I was like, 2-person Coachella. I don't want to offend anyone, but it's great because of the blanket people and what Dan was just talking about. Because you don't have to, do the thing that I hate the most, and that's hold hands and build a chain. I hate it more than anything in this world. That's a festival etiquette thing for me too. I can't stand it. I hate it so much. I don't like it. I hate it. But when you're in a big group, someone ends up doing it, then you end up having to do it, and you hate yourself for it. But anyways, That's the thing. When you're with two people, you do it. But if you have a big group, it's so hard to navigate at night, and you just end up in a spot that isn't as good as a spot you could have been in if people weren't sitting on blankets or sitting down and just being awful and showing terrible festival etiquette. So
Yes,
yeah,
you're right. Two-person festival, two-person cella.
uh,
Yes, you can see the most, you can do the most, you can get around easiest, but you'll have those groups, 10, 12 people, the link chain, and just creates chaos. We've got to have some etiquette at these festivals.
gotta have the etiquette. Well, that was festival etiquette. Hope that helped. Shouts to you, all you people who sit down at festivals. Trash. Now let's get into Brunch Court. Dan, what you got for us on Brunch Court? I have no idea what I'm going to be looking at here in a couple of seconds.
Well, Didi, all I can say is based on your chest segment earlier, I hope that Kraft Heinz Company is not on your list in the near future, because what we are looking at is something pretty special. And I think people have been waiting for maybe a long time. This is the Heinz dipping sauce machine, okay? Where we've all seen the Coca-Cola ones in fast food restaurants where you can kind of mix and match different drinks that you want. This will allow customers to create their own pre-mixed custom dipping sauces with just a few presses of a button. Okay, so the base sauces are obviously Heinz Ketchup, Ranch, Heinz 57 sauce, or barbecue sauce. Okay, those are the bases. Each of those can be enhanced with other flavors. Currently, those include jalapeno, smoky chipotle, buffalo, and mango. And each has 3 levels of intensity of how much of that additional flavor you want on the base sauce. Okay. And eventually they're going to have over 200 different flavor combinations that will be available down the road. 200. Okay. Without a lot of requiring customers to like mix and match their own. They're going to like preset a lot of these, but they're just starting to roll this out. Could be arriving in select restaurants by the end of this year. Didi, the Heinz dipping sauce machine. Your thoughts?
I mean, let's go. I'm all for this. Like, yeah, this is great. Like, why not? Like, because honestly, what are they called? They're like, it's like Coca, it's like mix or remix machines or whatever the Coca-Cola machines are called.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can make any kind of Sprite that you want, which I think is amazing. I'm a big Sprite guy, and I can put any kind of flavor in Sprite. That's incredible. And with this, it's great because already if you go to the ketchup aisle, there are 8 million kinds of Heinz. Like, I got suckered in by one because there's one called the Art of the Burger that's like ketchup with a little bit of mayo in it, and I was like, I'm gonna try this. Not a big mayo guy. I'm gonna try this. It's great. It tastes like you have a little bit of mayo in there, but not like an overpowering amount of mayo, because that's my problem with mayo. So, but it's ketchup. It's all in one thing. Art of the Burger. Check it out. That's what this is. It's amazing. Like, if you hate this, you hate yourself.
What I mean, I love the idea too. You know, Coke's been mastering this for a while, like you said, with their machines, and this is perfect because we're avoiding. There's a lot less waste with this, right? Rather than the packets or those disgusting pumps into the little cups. They're so disgusting, right? Talking about airports and the different services there. Those things are nasty, absolutely nasty. Do any of these flavor enhancers really stick out to you in a good way or bad way? Again, jalapeno, smoky chipotle, buffalo, mango. Anything that you're like, ooh, that I got to try that, or I'm staying away from that?
You know, in this situation, because I've thought about this a lot, right? Because of being in the ketchup aisle. I really want to try the jalapeno one, but I don't want to buy a bottle of jalapeno ketchup.
There you go.
I need to try it first. I'm all down for this. And to try the intensity levels, I'm like, oh, whoa, maybe that's a little too much.
Yeah.
Dial it back. you know, because like I feel like because with jalapeno, it's interesting because every salsa is made with jalapeno, regardless if it's mild or medium or whatever. And you don't really, and it's not like it makes it so much hotter. So I feel like if you have a little bit, you just get that little kick and it feels good. But mango, I don't know who was doing that. And that is weird. I don't know. Listen, and I am somebody who likes mango in my drinks. I like mango, period. Ketchup, that's an interesting one for me.
Yeah, mango ketchup's definitely not going to work. Mango salsa works great. Mango ketchup won't work at all. Mango ranch makes me vomit just thinking of it. Mango Heinz 57 sauce, no chance in hell. Mango barbecue sauce, maybe.
Okay,
maybe.
I can get down with that. I can absolutely get down with that.
But like that's it. That's the only one. And so it's interesting they went mango when it's like it works for one of the four. It works for one of the four. It doesn't work anywhere else there. Smoky Chipotle, I'm gonna be that's gonna work for everybody.
Yep.
Give me that on all of those. I'm glad for that one. Same with buffalo. That's gonna make it interesting. So and like you mentioned, jalapeno, that's gonna be fire too. But
I'm all for making the condiments go together. Less condiments makes for a cleaner experience. So I'm all for mixing this. You want to mix your ketchup and your ranch? Amazing. And make it 1 cup. We put it in, like you dip it in, however you're going to use it. It's amazing. Like I don't need both. I like mixing the experience because I grew up, my dad used to always just like make a mix of like, and it looked absolutely disgusting, but it was ketchup, mayonnaise, relish, and mustard all in one thing, and he would just like mix it up and you just throw it on the hot dog or throw it on the burger. Thing is, it looks disgusting, but you bite into it, it's everything you want all in one simple thing. So like I'm all for this.
Now that's what's a little surprising, right? Is that Heinz has been doing these like combo sauces too, where it's like mayo chip, it's mayo and ketchup. And obviously that's not a selection here. They do have some of the enhancements, like the buffalo is in one of them, but it's interesting that they haven't embraced that. And I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe the mayo is a little bit more tougher to get to work through this machine. But again, eventually it's probably coming with over 200 combos down the line. But be on the lookout later this year. This could be a game changer, people. A game changer.
I'm here for it.
Big time Brunch Court there. Big time.
That's great. Oh man, is that what we got?
That's what we got.
I love it. Well, let's get into some music. We're finishing this out with some music because since we said Memorial Day is the start of summer, I just want to know what songs feel like summer. And the reason this came to my head, and this is the first one I'm putting on there, Will Smith, Summertime, was one of my friends sent it to me because they were on the beach and they were like, it's time. And that song's playing in the background. I was like, yeah, that song is just, as soon as it starts, drums, please, it's summer. And I don't think you ever hear that song except for between May and September. And amazing. So shouts to Will Smith, DJ Jazzy Jeff for just making the ultimate summer anthem. But that just feels like summer.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. Because some of these songs, it's the only time you should be hearing them. And when you hear them, you know when it is. Our good friend and listener of the Brunch Breakdown, Calvin Harris, is all over this list. Right. Yeah. I mean, summer right there. That only feels appropriate in the summer. Feels with Pharrell and Katy Perry. Got that kind of tropical vibe to it. That one made for summer. And then I'll even put Slide on there with Frank Ocean and Migos. Slide is another one where it just feels right. It's a summertime song. That's when you should be hearing it. So all of the Calvin Harris for summer, for some reason, it just makes sense.
Dude, Slide. We were listening to that last weekend because we had the big slide out. The kids running around, and And I was just like, this is just, it just felt like summer. Like last weekend felt like summer. This weekend didn't feel like summer, but last weekend it was like 88. We're in the backyard, water, everybody's drinking seltzers and rosé, and we're all just wild. And so, yeah. Next one, Omi, Cheerleader.
Yes.
You're not going to hear that song any other time but summer. And honestly, one of my favorite songs of the summer of all time. But that song can make it feel like summer if I play that in the middle of a snowstorm. It doesn't matter. That song just feels like summer. So Cheerleader, Omi.
No doubt with that pick. This one a little bit more old school.
Okay.
But it's extremely well known. And if you're hearing this in the months of September to April, you took a plane to get there, because Bob Marley jamming. I mean, you need to be in that environment, summer, warm, either you're somewhere tropical or it is the summer where you live, is the only time that can legally be played anywhere on the planet. And so that one, just first time you hear it, you're like, okay, we're either on vacation or summer is here, and this feels good.
My God, that just like, honestly, because there's this thing, like when you go to Hawaii and you're just walking through stores or you're walking through whatever, it doesn't matter, your grocery store, it's just that music playing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just like reggae music playing or Afro beats playing or something like that. And it just makes you feel, oh man, it feels like summer. And speaking of that, and this is a newer one, but Despacito. When's the last time you heard Despacito not outside with people? like honestly, when that comes on, and it's just these songs that like they have these like first couple seconds of the song and it's on. And that's what like made me really think about it. It's just like there's just those songs. It's like and Cheerleader's like, and then like Despacito just starts like, and goes into the song. And it's just these songs that just take you right to that outside, and everyone knows the beginning. Everyone knows what's coming. Makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Feels like summer.
Yeah, exactly. A one that I'll throw on, a little less known, but to me, it's summer, and it's like summer vacation. I mentioned that you kind of had that feel with the Bob Marley, but the Mowgli's have a song called Vacation, which is just, you're on summer vacation when you're hearing it. That's the only time you should be hearing it, and that's when you're hearing it, and it's big time summer vibes. You're not hearing it any other time in the year, and you're just like, it's that song where you're like, we've made it to summer finally, and it feels good.
I love it. And just to put a song with summer on the playlist, Kings of Summer, A-OK, Quinn 92.
Yes.
Like I went to see Quinn this week, and then he canceled like 3 shows after that. Because his voice or whatever, but that he brought out A-OK, bring out A-OK was weird because it's like, okay. And they just hopped around on stage. But anyways, that side note, that song is just great and makes me feel good. And it's got summer in the title. So right there, throwing it out there.
Not only did he cancel shows after that one, but cancel shows before that one, including Pittsburgh.
Oh, I heard your wife told me.
Yeah,
your wife told me.
That was frustrating, finding out mere hours before the show.
Wait, hours before?
Hours.
Oh.
Hours. Like we were getting ready to go.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Well, I guess that's how like people, I guess they got like the like 12-hour notice or something. But like, yeah, because he canceled like basically all the places around. It's like San Diego, Vegas, maybe San Francisco, something like that. But he canceled like 3 or 4 shows like right after that.
Yeah.
Because all he kept saying during the show, and he sounded great, but he just kept saying during the show, he's like, I'm just chugging tea. I can't. He's like, I wish I was getting fucked up with you guys, but I'm chugging tea. And he kept saying, he kept referencing that. And then like the next morning, it was funny because Shannon like messaged me that. So I woke up to a message from Shannon saying, oh, he canceled the show in Pittsburgh. It sucks. I hope he reschedules. And then like right after that, I see on his like Instagram, like this message saying canceling all these shows. My voice is going through it. So
yeah, too hard, too fast. Yeah, too many shows in a row. But hopefully he reschedules. Let's see. Next one for me. Our boy, Mac Miller, The Spins. It just has that feeling. Like I could listen to that song any time of the year, but it feels so much more appropriate in the summer. It just feels so right in the summer, and it gets way more play in the summer, especially around here. So Mac Miller, just have to.
Yeah, dude. And I had actually Mac Miller on here too, but I had Weekend, him and Miguel.
Okay.
Because that song that's just getting ready for the weekend. You're just out ready to go. And I love like feels like, it's like feels like summer, but also just like feels like outside and feels like people are just around. And but yeah, that's my last one. But Weekend. But Mac Miller, he's got some good songs that just like these songs that you put your windows down to. You just feel like, and you're just your hands just out the window. You're just out. Shouts to Mac.
Yeah, man. Last one that I have, little sneaky one again that maybe people aren't as familiar with, but George Ezra, who, yes, known for Mile to Budapest. You don't really think
I was
summer
getting ready to
with
say,
that.
I was like, I got
you don't
nervous.
think summer with
I
that.
was like,
but his song Shotgun, 180, other side of the equator, all good. That one will give you those summer vibes too. That's my last one.
Oh my God, how could I not? I just, all right, adding one. Lean On.
Oh my gosh!
Like, what was I like that? Like,
How did both of us miss that?
I have all these songs written down, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna say like 4 of them. Lean On, not one of them, and it just shouts to George Ezra. I don't know why that made me think Lean On, but like, I have no idea. Major Lazer, Lean On. What am I thinking?
Wow.
God.
Yeah, I'm glad you misremembered it now and not after the fact, because that would have been embarrassing for both of us.
Oh my God, come on. Yeah. Songs, yeah. There's so many. What songs make you feel like summer? Let us know at Brunch Breakdown. All right, let's get into new music as we end the show with a music explosion. Dan, what have you been listening to on all 4 of your flights?
Yeah, seriously, a lot of music to get through, and a lot of music coming out last week, which was fantastic. And it started with Dua Lipa, Dance the Night, off the new Barbie soundtrack. I mean, if you haven't heard it, where the hell have you been? It's been a minute since we've had some new Dua Lipa, right? And she is back with a banger, picking up right where she left off. Consider this song an early nomination for Song of the Summer. It's coming out at the right time. And I think it's one of those ones, you can't have too much early momentum for Song of the Summer because you have a better chance of fading. I think this one could have the trajectory to get there. Dua Lipa, Dance the Night. Remember that one.
On the other end of the spectrum with that, but this is a really good song. Morning by Post Malone. That song is so good, but it is on the complete opposite end of that Dua Lipa song. That song is so good and so well written. And it's like, he says in that song, the sun is killing my buzz. That's why they call it morning. And I'm like, that is just such a, like, that's songwriting right there.
Yeah.
Like that, like, come on. Like, that is so good because, everything has been said in a song. You just say it differently and whatnot. But that I've never heard said in a song. Maybe it's been said in a song. I've never heard it before. But I was like, I'm obsessed with that chorus and just Post Malone. Just those hooks, those choruses that he brings up are just so freaking good. But Morning, Post Malone.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
Throwing a new artist on the playlist, not necessarily new, but new to the playlist for our listeners at least. Roosevelt. He's a German synth pop artist. He's had some, good songs to come out, but he released a song last week called Ordinary Love. And you mentioned earlier, Didi, we were talking summer songs like Windows Down, Hand Out the Window, Summer Driving. This song, Ordinary Love, is made for that. It's kind of like chill, but it'll get your head bopping, and it's made for those summer night drives with the hand out the window from Roosevelt, called Ordinary Love. Check that one out.
Nice. Bad Bunny, add this to your possible songs of summer lists as well. Where She Goes, Bad Bunny. This beat is, this is like full dance floor. Everybody's booty shaking. Everyone's hot and sweaty. this, I mean, that bass line. And here's the thing, as you know, Bad Bunny, you know, a lot of his songs are not in English. Some are half, some are like, you know, some are half, whatever. But this one, I don't know what he's saying, but that freaking bass line is insane. So where she goes, Bad Bunny, like, goddamn, dude, that song's fire.
Just get him out of the WWE, please. I'm done. I'm done with it. I don't need it.
Dude, he's a mainstay. He's every time I see him on there, it's like crazy.
Done with it.
Like
this
him
is
and
kind
Logan
of
Paul at the next WrestleMania.
Stop it. Keeping on like the summer theme here, and this is just all this is again, it's just all new music and what I'm listening to this week. Surfaces, we remember them from their breakout hit Sunday Best, right? It had a summery theme. It took over a lot of the summer. I think it was last year. And they've got another summer feeling song called Real Estate. And naturally I was attracted to that just by the song title anyways. But these dudes have been like putting out songs and albums like the last 4 years. They've had an album come out. It's crazy. They just keep pumping it out. But this one, Real Estate, has some summer lasting power, I think, for sure. So I think we're gonna be hearing this one for a while too.
Like it. All right. There's so much music that came out, but I'm gonna go with one that you may not have heard. There's an artist, her name's Fig. I find her to be awesome. She just put out a new single. It's called Seeking for Connection, and I just love Fig's vibe. If you like this song, she got an EP, got 7 songs on it. Go check that out. For those, I think she put out last like October or something like that. Go check that out too. But yeah, Fig, Seeking for Connection.
Nice, very nice.
And that is what is that? That's all. Yeah, that's it, right? Yeah, that's what we're listening to.
Yeah, that's what we're listening to. Yeah,
that's what we're listening to. I was like, I forgot who went first. I was like, do I go last? Right. Did I go first? I don't know. Chris, come back so I can figure this stuff out.
I know. We're going through our regular 3-man rotation here, Chris. Come on.
Well, that's what we're listening to, and you know what? I'm gonna put a Chris Gates pick on here because I was listening to the Hot Mulligan album
a couple
weeks ago, and so shouts to Hot Mully, as Chris likes to call them, and I am going to put No Shoes in the Coffee Shop on the playlist. No Shoes in the Coffee Shop.
Okay.
Why off of Hot Mulligan's new album? Why would I watch?
I like that title. All right. Nice little shout out to Chris there. Very nice.
So shouts to Chris. All righty. Well, Dan, any final thoughts today on the brunch breakdown?
I mean, we're just helping people here, man. And Mayor Pete, the open invitation stands. You know, we're talking fixing the ice on an airplane. We're talking about how to board an airplane. You know, we talked festival etiquette, and we got you ready for the summer. So I mean, we're doing our best here, and we're coming with solutions, man. We're coming with solutions. We're just here to help. We're just here to help. So any other problems, send them our way at Brunch Breakdown. We'll tackle them. We're here for you.
We got them. We're ready. And that's the Brunch Breakdown. We're out.